Folks, my fantastic mid-century teak coffee and side table set. Boy, are these nice. These just came to the estate we're handling right now, folks, and they're in sublime condition. Original finishes, surfaces, rock solid build quality. I'm going to pause the video now and we're going to take a minute to examine each of these pieces, and then we'll come back and we'll wrap it up. So let's do that. And folks, here is the coffee table on its own. And what can I say? It's brilliant. Nice solid teak all the way around, really robust, not rickety at all, super stable. And as you can see, this, as I mentioned earlier in the opening, nice custom-made top that, very much so, this probably originally was some kind of weirdo tile, but it's been redone with these, it's sort of a shaved pebble. What I mean by that is that the pebbles are put in and then they're all flattened, so it's a flat surface. It's not like you've got jaggy pebbles here, and that's a nice feature. And the nice thing about that, of course, is that you can then use this table as a coffee table, put pretty much anything on it, and you're not going to worry about destroying the surface like you would with pretty much any other table. Now, of course, the good news is that if you wanted to take a hammer and remove the, this is put in with, this is real stone with, some kind of masonry compound, cement or whatever, and you could bang that out and put in your own design you want, or put tiles back in. That's not a problem. But this is very neutral. And again, the estate that this table set came out of, they spared no expense as far as getting that done, and it shows. What can I say? 30 inches and a half from side to side as you see it here, 50 inches and a half because it's a rectangle, so side to side, and then 18 inches high, similar to these side tables. So what can I say? Anyway, let's take a minute and we'll look at the side table. Folks, here is one of the side tables up close and personal, so you can see all the beautiful features of it. Again, as I mentioned earlier, nice original finish, solid teak appointments around the edges, and very robust. It could be a nice inch-thick piece of teak, curving around, support structure. I mean, these could do a lot more than they're designed to be pretty, but they're very strong. So I guess theoretically you could sit on them if you wanted to, at the edge of the room, or God knows you could put anything you want on them. So that's a good thing. 27 and a half from side to side as you see it there. 30 inches deep, bit of a rectangle, not much, but just a bit. And it's 18 inches high. And again, this piece shares that measurement with the other side table as, they match. So, like I said, just want to take a minute to, you can Photoshop easy, but you can't do that with a video. And again, a very solid table, and you see the underlay underneath there. There is no pedigree as far as the manufacturer of these is concerned, but, there's some nice design elements, and I can't help but think that this doesn't come from a very, posh design house at some point. But definitely not like the Nordic, the low-end Nordic stuff that was made in the mid-80s. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but it's sort of modular and, I don't know, not very beautiful. And this one is very beautiful. Anyway, that's it in a nutshell. So we're going to go back and finish up with all of the pieces. And so there you have it, folks. As I said in the both segments concerning the coffee and the side tables, you look on Kijiji, there are, teak goes for mile the wild. Of course, there is the really dainty Danish stuff that, and this very well may be Danish, I'm not sure, there's no pedigree. But there's the super dainty stuff that looks beautiful, great. But, 80 years later, it's a little bit brittle, and it's hard to use it as real furniture if you have a home where you do real things. Now, if you live in a museum, God bless you. And those are the pieces you go in like first bids, and they're like, $4,000 for a coffee table. God bless you. But the reality is, if you want to have nice teak furniture that, for love or money, you can't get teak made. The Burmese aren't releasing the teak anymore to us regular folks. If you want to recreate these tables as you see here, we would be talking thousands. Now, lucky for you, I'm not talking thousands as it pertains to marketing them and you acquiring them. I mean, let's be blunt. If you want to go to the Brick or Leon's or wherever, you can pick up a brand new set of coffee and side tables of decent quality for about what I'm asking, and a year later they'll be worth $50. A year later, these might be worth double. Hard to say. It doesn't appear to be a ceiling on the value of teak on the street. And so, if you're a fan of excellent, robust furniture, and again, I put the measurements in the ad, so, refer there, or again, back up the video, I talk about it there. These are pieces you want to consider. You can imagine a nice, relaxed room, put a lamp, a book, there's no sun fading on these. There's no issue where, there's a lamp mark because it sat in the sun for 4 years. These are important considerations. I don't know, it makes sense to me. If you get it, you're going to contact me. If you don't, you're going to either try and offer me less or you're going to not contact me. I prefer the latter. But the reality is that pricing is firm. I simply don't play pricing games. But everything else is up for negotiation as far as delivery, getting together. These are going to go into deep storage now, and that's where they will remain until I get that phone call. So, I think I've said it all. If you'd like to see, send me a text, email, or phone call. I'll get back to you right away. And I appreciate it. Thanks, folks.